Well, hello, good morning, and it's your old mate Dave Spencer back with you once again. It's Thursday the 3rd of February 2022. We're still in the grip of the corona pandemic, although it's waning now, and the latest variant is something like the omnibus variant. Anyway, it's not too bad, this one. Very, very infectious, but it's no more than a cold at worst. So that's good. So we're sort of heading towards our light at the end of the tunnel. Life is very much getting back to normal, and we've already got overseas trips booked for your enjoyment later in the year. It's wonderful to have you here today at Derby. We're at the bus station, and regular viewers will know that I've constructed a 4mm 00 gauge model of the bus station. It actually holds my collection of stagecoach liveried vehicles. Anyway, welcome along. It's glad to have your company as usual. I know, what are we going to see? We shall see what we shall see, as was always the case. No cherry picking here. Anyway, plenty of activity at the bus station. I'm going to get on with it, and I'll catch up with you all later on. How's that? See you all in a bit. It was all very unusual for a company that once won all the bus industry accolades for service, but I suppose every dog has its day. There goes the red arrow. I think probably the friendliest place in the East Midlands to visit now is Mansfield. Goodness me, there's not a driver there who doesn't give you a cheery wave. I've had times they popped out and had some memorabilia to dish out. And Derby in the distance went by. We'll fill our socks at the bus station, as I say, and then we'll take a trip and have a look at some of the Notts and Derby buses that are floating around in some profusion, but just wait till we get there. Of course, they're all vanished. Last year was a nightmare, absolute nightmare. I was at the end of my tether trying to find a car park in Derby. The big car park here that serves a shopping centre, I believe, was all shut off. There was a sort of sign, park somewhere else, but there wasn't any directions to it. As it turned out, it was quite nearby, although you had to skip around a couple of roundabouts, etc., on the ring road to get to it. And there was no really indication when you got there what it was. It looked like a service area for the shops, but it turned out it was actually a car park. I don't know how people are supposed to know these things if they can't put some signage out. Anyway, most frustrating. No such problems today though. All the car parks are open, as are the remaining shops and shopping centres. Most of the high streets around the country devastated by the American competition, first with the shopping malls and then the out of town shopping malls and then the Amazon shopping malls, although we better not name names, so I'll say other American outlets are available and I wish they'd close as well. The all over adverts really designed there to attract people to a life on the buses. It's not like it was, you know, and drivers in very short supply. Some operators like Bry Lane over at Boston have stopped running Saturday services because they just haven't really got enough to do all the weekday services, getting more people to work and students to college or school, and that situation is replicated around the country at the moment. Well, we've gone through so many traumas to bus services around Britain with the corona pandemic, really heaped on a situation whereby public transport was being gradually run down anyway as all the shops closed, and it hasn't helped it. Government frequently throughout the pandemic has asked people to avoid public transport, therefore it's pretty hard getting people back on it. Even in London, the overall fleet of several operators which serves London has reduced by hundreds of buses. The light today, just about what I hoped for really. I think light cloud pretty well describes it, and nice even light, plenty enough light for the job in hand, but not so much that you get unwanted shadows. So that makes both the video film and the still pictures that much better and easier to get. The only cars you get here are those heading into the car park. Red arrow moving off, we pan round. Using our automatic panning device, carefully developed over many years, otherwise known as my tummy. Which indeed has been developed over many years. All that cake, you know. No, we only joke, you know, don't take me too seriously on the old cake bit, because obviously too many sweet things isn't at all good for you. So make sure you all have your 5 a day, fruit and veg, and then just treat yourselves, or do what Mandy does. She uses sugar substitutes for me. She's looking for a sugar substitute for me. Perhaps one of those little sugar figures you can put on a cake and eat it. Right, who's going? Come on, who's got the money on? Which ones? Which is the big money on? Not sure, Dave. Oh, I was just going to say we haven't got many Arrivas in the Anasol livery, but we have. We've just got one coming in. Some places there's quite a lot left in the old livery. I quite like the light blue. Not that keen on the sapphire, but the light blue I don't mind at all, really. That suits photography. Well, hello, it's your old mate Dave Spencer back with you again. And how did you enjoy your trip to Derby on this Thursday, the 3rd of February 2022? Plenty of variety as ever in Derby, and you never quite know what you're going to get at the stops outside the bus station. Can be virtually anything rolls up there, so anyway, a few different ones, wasn't it? It's always a pleasure having you along with us on these adventures, and wherever you're viewing around the world, you're very welcome to join us, whether you're watching a trailer on YouTube or DVD or digital downloads, and you're always very welcome. Unfortunately, it's that time, it's come, yes, it's time to say bye for now, and I'll be going back over the A50, takes me back to the M6, just up a little bit, and then not far to home. And I reckon when I get home there'll be a nice brew, and perhaps, if I'm lucky, a piece of cake. Who knows? There very often is. Anyway, stay well, stay safe, and then, God willing, we're all going to meet up again in the very near future for another one of our transport adventures. So from me, for now, see you all again soon. Bye for now. Bye bye.